Straight to the stock markets now. We're trading on the Nigeria Exchange Limited, closed on Thursday with a loss of 0.13%, ending a 4-day bullish trend. Specifically, market capitalization lost 33 billion naira, or 0.13%, to close at 26.34 trillion naira, as against 26.37 trillion naira posted on Wednesday. Also, the all-share index shed 61.35 points, or 0.13%, to close at 48,426.49 from 48,476.49 recorded on Wednesday. The market's weak performance was due to sell-offs in stocks of MTN Nigeria, WAPCO, and Guaranteed Trust Holding Company, GTCO. Consequently, the year-to-date return fell to 13.22%, as market breadth closed positive, as 12 stocks were on the leaders table, while 8 were on the laggards log. Market activities showed trade turnover settled lower relative to the previous session, with the value of transactions down by 11.2%. A total of 148.16 million shares, valued at 2.98 billion naira, were exchanged in 3,391 deals. While breaking this down for us and helping us to better understand what happened in the market yesterday is Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consultant Limited. Thank you for joining us, Ambrose.
Thanks for having me again.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, we see the market going on the downward trend after 4 days of gains and recording 0.13% loss. So what's responsible for this?
Yeah, I would say that the market is still having a mixed sentiment and a mixed trend. What we saw yesterday also repeated itself on Wednesday. Tells that investors or traders in the market are trying to catch out their profit after seeing the market an uptrend for straight 6 days. Now, for me, seeing the market slowing down yesterday, it's not a surprise to me. But the good thing is that we saw a mixed performance. We have a positive market breadth, and market was down just marginally 0.13. For me, it's still very margin. As a result of also high cap like MTN, shedding like about 5 naira yesterday. The life of MTN and the Lafarge Africa. For me, the market is still very, very strong, because as an investor or trader, I want to look at what is the momentum behind this trade. If the momentum is still very strong and we are seeing a pullback with a low volume, about 148 million shares traded, for me, the market is still very, very strong. But the good thing is that I tell you that we already are going to the second half of the month of December, and once we enter that activity for end of the year will start building up. I believe that most of the equities on the exchange, as we speak now, has a good dividend yield compared to the last option that was on Wednesday, that we saw all the in terms of tenors for 91 days, 81, 182 days, and we're down in terms of yield for Treasury B. Automatically, we saw oversubscription in that that option. That fund is so likely to find its way to equity market, knowing that if I'm going to wait for a year in Treasury B, I'm going to get about 13.05 for a year. And some equities are giving me 10% on dividend yield alone, and I have less than 6 months to 5 months to be in equity. We are staying a whole year for the trade. But I see that investors start repositioning their portfolio between now and end of the year. For that, we expect it to support the market in this positive trend. But I believe that what happens today is just profit taking, and in any market, profit taking is part and parcel of the market. When it comes, don't panic, don't fear, because people that enter early on to take profit, the market opportunity for people to buy also at that particular point, because at the price you are jumping in, another person is jumping out. As far as jumping out, another person is jumping. For that, when you see all this trend, you want to know where you are entering. This has more room to go up or down. Once you see that opportunity there, you take advantage of the market. For me, there's no cause for alarm in the market, just because people are taking profit also. Yes.
So you're not surprised about the loss in GTCO too?
GTCO that moved from around 17 naira 80 kobo to 21 naira 90 kobo. If you know, that's about 25% in less than 2 weeks. Then people are likely to profit. It's not that the company has done bad or the bank is doing This is profit. This part is market forces to call it in technical analysis. It's just in and out of people taking profit. Nothing bad with that, because the trend is still very, very strong. If you look at the trend on the chart, that GTB is just people trying to cash out what they gain from. Instead, I moved from 17 naira 80 kobo to 21 naira 90 kobo in less than 2 weeks. For me, that's a good deal.
All right, let's move to the gainers chart, where we see Charms going up 9.09% to close at 24 kobo. How would you explain this?
For Charms, for me, that is just market forces, because there's no fundamental to support that movement. That means it's the market forces, and also when market is going up like this, we want to target those low cap stop to for me. But if you are investing in Especially knowing that this time now, technology is what win the war, and terms into business. For that, I want to work. I see that until I start seeing fundamentals of that company, and also I see the momentum of investors trying to, or sentiment for that stock. Yes, but for now, I can say this market forces, but want to see how far it can go. But when I say this is a real rally.
So do you see it sustaining the trend?
Yeah, I don't see sustaining the trend because the other opportunity is it for dividend. I'm buying it, and it's end of the year. You're not going to buy because you're not going to pay dividend. Then why am I entering? Even though it's selling for 20 kobo or 10 kobo, no, it doesn't matter. I'm there to make money because most time it's what fundamental you expected dividend earnings or corporate action that should drive your price. If I'm not expecting anything from there, why am I being in a chance?
How about Briscoe going up 7.69%?
Market force is nothing pushing there. Yeah.
We also see PZ and livestock going up. ETI is also up 2.86%.
Yeah, if you say PZ, expectation of dividends, PZ corporate action will be in the first week of January. People can start provisioning for that dividend of 1 naira 10 kobo, 1 naira 1 kobo already. For livestock, I can see low price attraction. Knowing the sector where livestock is operating, that if only in agricultural sector, you can see that government is giving incentive to that sector. And don't forget that we need to feed ourselves before we start exporting. For that, I think that is what people are looking at. Look at all the stock in the agricultural sector. I think livestock is the most, for me, is the penny stock there. Others are selling for 120, 160. The one selling for 1 naira. People are likely to look at it, but not for that.
And this is the season for sales.
And for ETI, I'm not surprised. The result was okay. For that, and also know that it's in the banking sector. CBN policy here in Nigeria, and also ETI has a practice outside Nigeria. Other countries also battling with the word inflation. Also, they are increasing their interest rate. That as far as you are increasing interest rate in any economy, in any domain, the bank in that sector should benefit from it because bank will just sit down, call Chris and say let's renegotiate. They're not going to do anything. You pay more, they still sit down in their bank. That means the banks will make money with easy, uptrend in interest rates. That's why we're seeing all those are good.
So how do you think investors should position themselves, especially as regards these stocks?
No, for me at this point, for you, for investors, looking at where is there consistent earnings that will support your payout is in the banking sector. I'm not surprised I'm seeing ETI.
But what about GTCO? GTCO recorded a loss, but you are saying there's no cost.
It's the opportunity for you to buy at a lower price.
Okay, let's check out the losers. Seeing a Capital Hotel going down 9.8% to close at 2 naira 76 kobo.
Yeah, for Capital Hotel, it was when there was a news that is it not 1111 or former Mobi, moving to invest in that, take some which portion of that company, the price move because of that rumor and that is all. Finally, but now people are catching out because try to move from almost like 2 naira to almost 3 naira 40 kobo. Now coming down again. For me, that's just market forces too. Or to start seeing their fundamental that those are going to pay dividend. And the good thing is that investors should not panic. Look at companies that have released their first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. You see that if the earnings are trending up, if it's trending up, that means it's a key or kind of a signal that these people will like me to pay good dividend. But if earnings is declining, you can't give what you don't have.
That's a red alert.
Yes, you can't give what you don't have. If a company is doing well, I like to pay.
I think it's time to go through your chart.
Oh, good. I think I like that, so that investors will know exactly what to do. Yes, if you look at the chart now to speak, we can see that the market is trying to make a kind of a pullback, and that pullback is a lot of this what we call a support level becoming a resistance level here. Market was making lower and lows at this point, then it now trended before coming down to this level. We are seeing the market making an uptrend now. This is a reversal. We'll see an uptrend. You can see from here to here, this is what we call a bullish channel, and it's going up. But looking at this first point here, this line here, it touched the same point that the market from a support level. Now it's now becoming a resistance level for the market. We now see a touch here. This is a signal that market is a bit tired, waiting for what another trigger. Either more money will start coming from, as I just said, that since we saw oversubscription in the last option, it might be a trigger from next week. But also don't forget that all eyes are still on inflation figure for the month of November. If this will come, so it will be a trigger for the market. For me, we are seeing a good market here, but let's say that this is a distribution stage of the market, profit taking. And don't forget that
sorry to bother. What are your projections for the inflation figure?
We need to see just I would say just with inch up, not that it's going to start coming down now. We need to see to inch up a little. Why I say so, this also kind of the first period, price of goods are up. That's why in the harvest season are going to be bought. Don't forget that the flood that going to happen again will also will continue. But don't see it will be at a good high margin note. Maybe inch up marginally around say let's say 21.20, 21.20. Let me know because we stop at 21.09. The last one, let's say 21.20. That's what I expect from there. But for me, I see that the market is still very, very strong. We are still strong momentum. Trend above 50 days moving average, good one. I'm going to touch the first resistance level. Let's see if you can sustain at this point here and go back. That's a good thing for the market. Let's investors keep their finger crossed and also hope that next week will be a good market for us.
All right, so let's go on with the chart.
Oh, okay, okay.
Or are you done
yeah, I'm
with
done with that. Yes.
Good. Yeah. Okay, so let's get to your predictions for the close of business, especially as the week closes.
Yeah, I said the market has been up for like 6 days before we saw the pullback yesterday for profit taking. I don't imagine now, but today, because the last weekend of the week, I expect the market also to be in a mixed trend. Either marginally up or down, but we don't expect market to go bad at all as such, because market has shown a good trend. As far as the momentum is in the market, this trend should be sustained next week. It depends also, as I said earlier, that the liquidity that coming from this oversubscription in the fixed income market, really the last option, might also split over to equity space. That was to support the market. Especially the banking stock that have good dividend yield should be a point of attraction for any design investor to take a position.
Do you see the market reacting to the CBN policy on the cash withdrawal limitation?
No, this part of the overflow issue before now, we know that we have started the cashless economy before now. What they are doing is trying to strengthen it, extend it to more rural area. All we just need that let's make sure that we have banking agents in those rural areas to have access to. This for me is part of and also in Nigeria we are good in what we call money politics. And now that we have elections around the corner, so another way of controlling that flow of money so that we not use the idea of saying vote buying should also reduce, so that these are the things that they are taking this measure, and also to control inflation. This to is not only for just the control inflation, because there are some money outside the circulation who TBN want to bring out. And we also not spending much. That money will not go back to that same system that is coming from. For me, it's a good one. That people, the way they think, the way they analyze is different. For me, it's a good thing in the right direction. Let's see what's going to play out after the election and see where they come, because we must reset our economy. These are part of resetting the economy, because if you are going to do the thing the way you did before, you will get different results. You need to reset the economy to start on another direction that will take us to where we are going.
So you don't see the market reacting in any way?
No. Before now, when they said they give them 40, they saw that funds were coming from either from their kitchen, from their bedroom back to the economy, which is good. Let it come out. Then after the economy, for me, it's a good policy. The way they are saying, it's a good policy that we must reset the whole system. Only that people have to take attention to the foreign exchange market, make sure that they get it right. If we have single exchange rate, better for us, so that we can say yes, this one is at market forces. Not
so you believe the gap should be closed between the official and the black market. Let's look at the volumes, the highest stocks by volume. For instance, we had the ETI trading 26,356,801 shares by volume, and then we see FBN Holdings 25,797,000 right there. What would you say is responsible for this?
If you look at the ETI and the FBNH, I will tell you that the position there are still positive position for ETI. People are saying that the result that came, they delayed their third quarter, and when it came, there's a kind of improvement in their performance. Also, yesterday is 100% buy in that volume. Tells you that there is something people are seeing in ETI. I said it's a dual listing company that they listed in Nigeria and other African country. You can buy arbitrage, buy here, go and sell, or buy the come and sell here. For me, and also the earnings of this company are looking good. Like I said earlier, as far as we're in inflationary environment, as we're also increasing rate, the banking sector should benefit from it, because as you increase rate, all you need to call your customer, you negotiate the rate. Simple as that. For FBN, I just mentioned, yes, we saw a kind of stability around 10 naira for a while in that bank and bank stock, and it moved to around 11 naira 20 kobo. Was also profit taking with a high volume. That means we need to also watch the stock, because when I saw that of FBN, I saw, oh, this is a good volume, but we are seeing a sell position. That means somebody is taking out profit, or somebody is divesting, selling off to go to another investment, but it's not a bad one. But the bank performance at our Q3 was fantastic for FBN. That means I said earlier, yes, we're not good get a good dividend payout from FBN, because their payout has been low before now. But for ETI and others like GTB, Zenith Bank, Access, UBA, Fidelity Bank, we expect a good dividend. That's why I said, in any design investor know that in Nigeria, the most consistent sector in dividend payout is the banking sector. And now that we're so that their numbers are looking up despite the challenging environment or the headwinds we have seen so far in 2022. For me, the continue in that.
How do you explain that of Transcorp, 12.8 million by volume?
Yes, when we say Transcorp, look at their service utility. That's why when the regulator
hospitality.
Utility, they are conglomerate. When you say Transcorp, conglomerate, they have into agriculture, they into oil, they into hospitality. Yeah. But we know that the major bulk of their fund, their profit comes from their utility, which is the power sector. Now, for me, investors are looking at this company have done well in terms of performance. With that, the payout of Transcorp is what people are not too happy with. I believe that they are hearing wherever they are now. It's time for them to change. That they pay good dividend to their shareholder, because we are making good money, 30 kobo earning per share for a year, 35 kobo. We are paying 20 kobo, 2 kobo and 1 kobo is an aberration for me. That is a very poor. Then if you are making 35,
so are there moves that the shareholders can take to make demands?
No, it's not what you approve it now. The shareholder approve it, not me. After they approve, the shareholder will approve. Pay us the 2 kobo, they pay them. It's not compulsory. What they approve and shareholder must approve before they pay. Don't just announce.
So it means they're okay with it.
Yes, but we are saying that the earnings is what people are looking at. That earnings is good, and don't forget that any price feed on earnings. If the earnings will feel that price might respond to that, especially those that are traders like me. I might not be waiting for the dividend. When the number come and is positive, I say people react to that positive number. You sell off, and people are waiting for the dividend. We still waiting for the dividend. You have made your capital appreciation and move to the next stock.
Let's look at also the top 3 by value. We see MTN, despite losing, we see them trading 1.19 trillion. Stocks by value, and then Guinness trading 350 million stocks by value. ITA is also part of the top 3, 281.8 million stocks by value.
No, actually, we analysts, we don't look at value when I'm looking at analysis. Value doesn't add anything. It's just money. What matters is I want to see the volume of the share. You have what the volume. Value doesn't add up. Whether it's a losing of what, you want to look at the volume is coming down and the volume is going up.
It doesn't be
just for the cut purpose for you to look at what matters is that you want to see the volume and where the price is going. Because I tell you that what matters in equity investment is price movement, and that is the force of demand and supply. If you understand the demand and supply in equity investment and look at your price, you are good to go.
All right, I think that's enough analysis for today. Thank you so much, Ambrose Mbodi.
Thanks for having me.
Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consultant Limited. Thank you for sharing your insights.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, we'll take a break. When we'll come back, it will be time to continue our conversation of the Central Bank of Nigeria's cash withdrawal limit and impact on individuals and businesses, as experts have said the new limits introduced by the CBN would expose tax evaders. We'll be right back.